Ladies and gentlemen, City Yonkers own DJ Lenny Santowasso. This is Making Your Bones. The story is a hustle, respect, and how they became a boss. It's a podcast by ZazRadio.com. It's episode 4. Everyone has a story. What is yours? If you're interested, guy or gal, and would like to share your product, business, story of the world, send us an email, zazradio@gmail. We'll review it, get back to you, and maybe you too will be interviewed by yours truly, get blasted out to hundreds of thousands of potential customers, followers in the very near future. Hello, USA and the world, R&B, hip-hop, entire music community. We have a music legend in the house. He's a scholar with a PhD, an author, a teacher, a thinker who's blended music, education, and culture in a way few artists have, from the stage to the classroom to the written page. He's been writing the story his way. Let me introduce you all to our new friend, Dr. Garfield Bright. In the building. Say what's up, Garfield.
What's up? What's up? Peace, peace. Happy to be here.
One of the founding members and voices of the smash R&B group Shai.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
take it back, way back into time, with the song "If I Ever Fall in Love," the song that hit number 2 on Billboard's Hot 100 Hot Singles chart back in 1992. The debut album followed going platinum, other charting hits including "Comforter," "Baby I'm Yours," both top 10 hits. So everyone kick back, close your eyes, reminisce about where you were and what you were doing when you heard all these songs. Besides, getting ready to paint the room blue or pink because you knew what was about to go down in 9 months after. So talk to us, Garfield. Dr. Garfield Bright. Take us way back. Let us know how this happened. From where? October 12th, 1969.
That's my birthday, yeah.
That's your birthday.
Yep.
Right? And we share that date because City Yonkers Mayor Mike Spano gave me a proclamation and making it Zaz Radio Day on that day, now and forever, in the City of Yonkers, my hometown. So that day is imperative.
What?
2018. So, but it's not about me. It's about you.
That's
I
dope.
can't wait to hear it all.
That's dope, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congrats on that. Shoot.
Thanks.
Well, we were some college knuckleheads running around. Besides myself, the other 3 members, Carl, Darnell, and Mark, they were members of a fraternity together, Alpha Phi Alpha, HBCU, black fraternity or whatever. And Darnell and myself were roommates our freshman year in college. And so they pledged, he pledges, I think his sophomore, maybe junior year. And I reconnect with him after that. But we had always kind of been in touch after our freshman year roommate experience. That was my boy. And I had gone through some things and, our lives kind of got back together. I started hanging back out with him.
How old were you?
Huh? I came into Howard when I was 17. So when I started hanging back out with Darnell, I was about 19, 20, maybe 20. And so, we were these young dudes at Howard. And he was, when I started hanging back out with him, Darnell was a music education major and he specialized on the trumpet. He was one of the guys that made up all the dance moves for the Howard University band and stuff like that, even as a young age. Because he went to the famous East Side High School in Patterson, New Jersey, the movie Joe Clark, Lean on Me and all that. He actually went to that school.
Wow.
And his best friends were those guys in there singing. His dad was the manager and he was a social worker in that school of that group called Riff. So anyway, we had a legacy all before we even became a group with Riff and stuff like that. And so we used to be singing Riff songs as freshmen to the adjoining all-female dorm. On Fridays, Darnell would tell me the songs. We would learn them and we would go sing to the balconies of all the females and hanging out over their balconies in the dorm. And it didn't hurt that our other roommate was a saxophone player, Antonio Parker.
So he was back, on the stage.
Yeah, we were just out there in this little alley in between the 2 dorms, just giving them work.
Yeah.
And so, so as a freshman, we kind of bonded over that kind of stuff. And then eventually Darnell, we grow up a little bit. Darnell joins the fraternity with Mark and Carl. And Carl and Darnell start up a group called Beta because the fraternity, the Beta chapter of it is at Howard University. So they named themselves after Beta. Mm-hmm. And they had a songwriter production kind of like duo going. And then they kind of expanded it. It became Shai when Mark joined. They were deep into Egyptology. And so Shai was a name, an ancient Egyptian name that means destiny in human form. You know, Egyptology always has polarity, or duality rather, and the female and a male kind of presence with the same concept, similar concepts. So the male version was destiny, Shai, and the female was Reninette, which is kind of like fate. And
They always
together,
have to be significance, right?
yeah,
It's like tattoos. You put someone in your body, it better have significance.
yeah, names mean everything, man. So those two weave together. Future is destiny and your fate. And so we took that masculine aspect for ourselves through Mark Gay, who kind of brought that to the group. So I just started hanging with Darnell. My dad had claimed me on his taxes, so they revoked my financial aid at Howard, so I couldn't go to school this like semester. I was like almost a senior, and I couldn't go back to school, but I still had my housing. So every day, because I had a temp agency type job, and they didn't call you every day. So on those days,
I know. I had it. Security guard back in the
yeah.
day. I feel you.
See what I'm saying? So on those days I didn't have work. I was with Darnell in the Fine Arts building at Howard, and he was practicing with Shai. But it was two more guys there, two more alphas. They were gearing up for this huge talent show that's always held annually at Howard. And they were getting their songs together. They were singing Boys to Men songs actually. Off the first album was going to be featured. Please Don't Go Away, those
Hold
types
on. What was that? I heard that note. What was that?
Please Don't Go Away. Those kinds of songs. It was a few of them. So they were practicing. And then, of course, they would wind up with the practice song was If I Ever Fall in Love, a cappella. And we would sing that. Well, they were singing that. I'll be sitting there chilling. And I was watching, I was learning basically through osmosis, the notes, just kind of being in there every day for like 3-4 months straight, every damn near day after school, after classes. So one day, right before the actual show, like two of those guys kind of checked out. They didn't come back anymore. So it was only 3 left. And Darnell, they predicated the whole situation off of having 4-part harmony. And so Darnell was like, yo, G, man, you've been in here every day for the past 2.5 months or so. You know what I mean? We need that next note. We need that other note. I know you know like some of the stuff.
We need you to put in your work.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I do know the bottom. I know the low parts of the harmony and stuff. Like he said, well, yo, bring it because we need
Let me
you.
hear it. Let me hear it.
Oh no, it was just different. Different songs have different, and so different notes and stuff, and like progressions and stuff. In a 4-part harmony, there's always a bottom note to the 4-part harmony, whether it's a high chord or a low chord. I'll sing the bottom of whatever. And so I did that, and we started gearing up, and then I was basically in the group at that point. What happened was that particular show featured some heavy hitters of talent-wise that came out of Howard. Eric Roberson, Tracy Lee, a lot of Debbie Allen's nieces were in there, a lot of dope people. And that particular show, people were scared of it. I think that's why the other 2 dudes checked out, because they treated it like the Apollo, because it was full. The crowd was full of New York dudes who went to the Apollo, who know the atmosphere, want to boo everything just because it's Friday night. They got alcohol. And then the football team, it was right across from the football dorm. So that's who was populating the crowd base in there. And so it was rowdy. They was just there to have a good time at our expense, But the talent was off the charts in there. Nobody deserved to get booed, but pretty much everybody got booed just for the hell of it for the crowd because they wanted to have some fun. But when we came up, luckily we were last. I guess they got tired of booing people, and they actually took a listen to us. And we came out to I by Boys and Men. That 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, that whole thing. Injection, fellas, that whole thing, right? So they didn't boo us on the first song. To me, that was a consolation prize. The second song, Please Don't Go Away, we didn't get booed. Then we did This Is My Heart. We did another song, and then we ran out of songs.
Hold up. In a talent contest, right? In a show, you did 3 songs?
Yeah, we did like 4. We did like
4 songs?
4 Boys to Men songs, yeah. And because it was a big, like this particular kind of show at Howard, the talent, like you had to audition to even be in the show. And all the talent was like incredible talent. Like everybody was incredible. So everybody got like a lot. It was a night. It was a whole 3-hour type event. Everybody got 3 or 4 songs,
Yeah.
And so we went on last and we did those songs and we left the stage and didn't get booed. I was like, yeah. And then it was like an encore situation. They wanted more. And so we were like, yo, we don't have no more songs on our dat that we brought. We had all the Boys and Men. We exhausted that. What we gonna do? So we decided, yo, y'all want to do If I Ever, our practice song, you know, full form, the acapella joint? Because you don't need a dat for that. It's acapella. All right, let's do it. We get out in front of the stage. They open the curtains back up. We came to the front. Ooh, da doo 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 doo. Ooh, da doo doo doo. Then Carl, you know, the very first time. And then by the chorus, you know, Darnell comes in. And by the second time that chorus came around, the whole audience was singing the hook as if they knew it already.
Wow.
That was blowing me away. I was like, what? These same hard dudes that sit up there booing everything, they up there, you know, they singing the song. And so when the curtains closed again, because they thunderstormed us with the applause, and then the curtains closed, and we literally was standing backstage just like looking at each other like, yo, what just happened? And right then in that moment, we said, yo, y'all want to try to get a record deal? Y'all see what just happened? And everybody was like, F it, yeah, let's try. What if they liking it like that? That's a hard crowd. Like, let's try to see what we could do. Plus, Jodeci had just got a record deal by just merely going up to the labels in New York and singing on the spot. Uptown signed them. Boom. We was like, yo, we could do that. You know, in our naivety, we thought, yo, we could do that. You know what I'm saying?
This is what, 1990? What is this, like?
This is like 91 when this was happening. Because we got signed in
high school.
See what I'm saying? We got signed in October of 92. So this was happening like maybe like in the wintertime part of 91.
The best birthday present for you, right?
Well, yeah, we didn't, yeah, when we got signed, it was October, and it was definitely around my birthday. They were showering me, the label was showering me with gifts and stuff. But we went to the Avenues of America shortly after that little concert, that little talent show, and we got dissed by all these labels. Like, we went into the offices singing, they was on the phone smoking cigarettes, paying us half attention, and a lot of them ended up coming to us once we got signed. Like, how come y'all didn't come to our offices and sing for us? I'm like, yo, we was right there singing for you. What you talking about? I ain't gonna name no names.
But how many people in the talent show would you say in the audience? Thousands, hundreds?
Oh, the audience, Crampton, it was filled to capacity, and Crampton probably holds that auditorium. I say that Crampton could probably hold like 500 people, 600 people, something like that. It's a nice venue, like a nice stage. It might be more than that, but it's about 500 or 600 people in there.
You didn't get hit with apples, oranges, whatever. Hit with anything.
Nah, nobody. You know, even the people that they booed, they didn't do that. And the people that got booed did not deserve to get booed in any way, shape, or form. I'm talking about they were super talented, but they just went on early where the energy was still up with the crowd, and they just wanted to make some noise.
How many performances would you say?
It was about maybe six different entities. Some were groups, some was solo artists and stuff like that.
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh. Everything's about timing, as you all know, right?
Everything.
So here I am, had a little group back in the day, went to Westchester Community College, right? Did the talent show. We won live and direct. I was known as L Flex. My boy was known as Rated R, right? Won. We went to Heavy D's studio, recorded a demo, right?
Oh, yeah, you said you're from Yonkers, huh?
Yeah, and that was it. It was over. It was over because I was always musically inclined. I was a drummer.
No doubt.
I was pretty good drummer. Not bad, you know. I filled in because I was a roadie for a wedding band.
Okay.
When I was a kid, 16 years old.
The dexterity.
Yeah. So the drummer, you know, had he actually fell out. He wasn't feeling good. So I'll never forget it. I had to fill in for Johnny B. Good. And I'm like, what? Good. So sure enough, I did that. And you learned the business, the music business.
Oh, yeah, that part.
And I became a DJ after that. I sold my drums. Back in 1989, 1990, I started my DJ company. And it just blew up from there. I was able to do a party for the President of the United States. I did a little bit of everything. I was on a show on Amazon Prime called Gravesend.
Nice.
Yeah. Did a little something. And my boy is the producer, creator, a director, a Willie DeMeo. And then I was on New Jersey Housewives.
Oh, wow.
We were friends with them. Yeah.
No doubt.
So it's just, people don't realize all the people that you meet in the business.
The circles are small, like you overlap a lot,
It's crazy. So going back to that, him and I, live and direct, we never really pursued it, but there was just something about the music end of it,
Yeah.
And coming from a strong hip hop background. You know, I definitely want to get into that. Where I grew up on Chuck Chill Out, Marley Marl. I met Grandmaster Flash at one of the DJ conventions in New Jersey because, you know, you always want to perfect your craft. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So sure enough, so I met Grandmaster Flash.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is what it was all about. Run DMC. I had the Gazelle.
Of course, you know, that was the era. We all had some Gazelles.
I had the Fat
Little
Lace.
bucket Kango hat.
I had the Kango.
I know, that's right.
And I had the breakdancing group.
Me too. I was in the group. I came from a breakdancing group too, and we won competitions. But I was popping and doing my little thing too. Same thing.
I pop, but 220, I pop, but my back won't pop. It's gonna pop with me. You know, listen, 53 years old, you wake up, you're like, damn.
Yo, I'm 55, so I definitely feel you.
My back, you know what I'm saying?
I get it. That's why I take my turmeric pills every day. I mitigate that.
On sanitation for 27 years. You know what I'm saying?
So you was lifting down, bending up.
Back the garbage truck.
Yo, yeah. You know so that's a good workout though, all day long doing that though. Jumping down, bending down, picking up.
So that's why I had to name this podcast Making Your Bones.
Nice. You know you definitely pay some dues.
It's all about the hustle.
Yep.
All about the respect that you earn.
Yep.
And you know, you gotta deserve it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And everybody's a boss, you know?
That's right.
What I will say also is everybody has a gift.
Yep, that's true too.
Some more than others. You know what I'm saying? And I try with my radio station since 2018, really 2017, to take everyone out of the craziness of the world and make them smile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Bring that gift out. Whatever it is, show me. You know what I mean? I want to see it. And so I can't believe that I'm interviewing a legend. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
Well, let's get into, see, how it happened for me was I was breakdancing. You know, I was going to this place called Wheels, right? In Yonkers. I was checking out Rocksteady Crew, New York City Breakers.
NYCV.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the way?
Skate Key in the Bronx. You know what I mean? Like, these were our homes, you know?
That's dope.
Then I was chilling back and I was hanging out with my Puerto Rican friends, my American friends on the block. It was no fighting. You had a problem, guess what? You break right there.
Right there, that's battle.
Right there.
Let's battle.
Now, boombox, boom.
Yep. You know man.
That was it.
I miss them days, man.
We love those days, right? But
miss them.
What was also about, right? It was about going to families. So me and my friend Ernie Cruz's sister, Missy, we'd go to the Bronx, we'd go to Queens, we'd go to Brooklyn. And he said, oh, you know what? We would perform for the families.
No doubt. You know no doubt.
And I want to tell you what we performed. Careless Whisper.
Man, George Michael and them. That's a hell of a song right there.
But I ain't that good. It was all her. I was just doing harmonies. You know?
That's a heavy hitter right there.
That's what it was all about. You know what I'm saying? It was like the demo. It was like the demo tapes back in the day, right? Before Star Search, before American Idol.
Demos.
You know what I'm saying? What were you doing?
Please listen to my demo.
You were shopping it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if you had to connect, it was
exactly. You won't be one of the ones that get thrown on the floor after the mail opens up. They throw it away.
That's it.
You got to connect and listen to it.
And if you had a real connect, as a somebody who knew a DJ, it was all. You're playing your joint in the place.
In the club.
What? You were like, that's you? Really?
Yep.
And there were people, that are in the crowd that can make you or break you.
All day. You know that.
One thing I will say is one of my favorite sayings. You never know who you're going to meet and how that person can change your life forever.
That's so real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's super real.
Don't be an asshole. Just be kind to everybody.
That's right. Because you don't know what they're about to. They could end up being.
It could be someone that looks like a janitor. You know what I mean? It could be a kitchen guy. But you know what I'm saying? Just went in there. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I try to be nice to people like this and up here.
Yep.
I met everybody,
That's how it should be. Because shoot, the janitor could, but in 2 years, turn out to be somebody's manager that's not a janitor no more. Next time you run around to him, he running, He running things. So
Dr.
that happens
Garfield
too.
Bright. This is to you and the success that you've had. It's unbelievable. It really is amazing. I thank you so much for this interview, but we got a long way to go.
No doubt.
Talk to me about your PhD. How this happened?
Oh, well, like I said, we met at Howard University, so I was always a student, a scholar, aspiring to do more than just, sing. I never actually grew up aspiring to sing in a group or nothing like that. That kind of just happened, but I was always pushed towards education. My dad and mom were educators, working in education, National Education Association and stuff like that. And so, I majored in political science, and I minored in history in college at Howard. Went back to school. Later on, after Shai's star began to dim, I went to Cal State Northridge, and wanted to just finish what I started. But I ran into a couple of cool situations there. I had a professor who taught this class called The Politics of Hip Hop. And it was a political science class. They were using hip hop to kind of frame power dynamics in politics. Like payola is the same thing as a political action committee. Basically, you put money behind a candidate to get your interests met. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same dynamic. It's just one is in two different genres of life, but it's the same functions the same. So she was ingeniously using those to parallel so younger people can understand how politics works. Mm-hmm. But then we started forming a team called a hip hop think tank, where we started writing research papers based off ideas and issues on the landscape of hip hop, misogyny, authenticity, different things that we were finding. And because Tupac had just passed away and stuff like that, and Nas had just dropped Illmatic, hip hop was becoming a sexy topic in the world of academia. So people who were presenting research on hip hop was getting invited to conferences to present their research. And that's what we were doing. So we were some young scholars who got invited to Atlanta to the National Council of Black Studies. And we had our team, and we presented all our papers on different various aspects of the hip hop landscape. And they kind of came to me and was like, "Hey, man, we like what you do. Shai, that's cool, but we like you as a scholar. Like, if you ever want to come here, do some master's work in African American studies, then let us know." And so I was teaching in California at Environmental Charter High School in Lawndale, and I did that for 2 years upon graduating from Cal State Northridge. And then I was like, I wasn't trying to make that a career. I just love education in the youth. So I wanted to put some experience under my belt. But I was ready to go to school. I reached out to them. They invited me. They gave me a fellowship, paid my tuition, my housing, and all that kind of stuff. And I was going full steam into the master's program. I had a 4.3 GPA. My master's thesis got one of the awards, in my cohort when we graduated for being one of the top. And then I applied to a PhD program at Georgia State as well. In educational policy studies. They accepted me. I got in there, same thing, fellowship, tuition and stuff like that. Maintained a 4.3 GPA, and I did my research. My doctoral dissertation research was on how Black males navigate the landscape when power dynamics are inequitably distributed, like when it was unequal. And I looked at Black males in school situations and Black males in the music industry, which happened to be both sides of myself that I was zipping up pretty much into one thing.
Sure. But you experienced it. I mean, listen, you have to walk.
I had Tracy Lee, D-Dot. I killed from Jurassic 5 on the music side, dealing with those issues. And I had some students that were in programs that I had created at Georgia State on the student side. Sure. And that won an award. It got best dissertation and stuff for the Arts and Sciences College. And I did my thing. I made my bones as a scholar. I presented at various conferences, did a whole bunch of that. I taught on both levels. I'm a scholar. I'm Dr. Bright, but I'm also in Shai. And so that's how that went down. And I still carry that sensibility, those sensibilities with me. I'm kind of like 2 in 1 that stays with me.
I've been into politics all my life. We all have friends. I have friends at senators, assemblymen, councilmen, judges.
I worked on Capitol Hill in college. I worked for the Senate Judiciary Committee.
All right. And I did parties for all of them.
They definitely party, bro. Yeah, they definitely party.
And they party. They party.
They party, bro.
Just like the Secret Service, they party.
They party.
Overtime.
Oh, man. That's funny that you was that guy. You was on the other side like, yo, we gonna party tonight.
They party. You know what I'm saying? Party meaning, everything else, but you know what I mean? They party.
Yeah, they had a good time. They let their hair down. For sure.
It. Guess what? They put one pant leg on just like you and I. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
Yeah. So to me, I'm so intrigued by politics, you know, because power is something. And power, you want to always utilize power to the best of your ability to help others.
Right.
You know,
That's the goal.
and truthfully, that's why I started ZazRadio.com, working out of the mayor's office, you know, and giving back to my local community.
Yeah.
That was it. A
That's good
small
stuff.
internet radio station that blew up, and now it's all over the world. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
But it was given back to American Cancer Society.
Oh, good.
My dear friend was the guy who started the Ice Bucket Challenge, Pat Quinn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Every single year,
Rest in power.
out in the mayor's office, I used to be up there, DJ, and we do the Ice Bucket Challenge. But God rest his soul, his family's beautiful people. And then it was autism, you know.
Yeah. That's a big one.
You know what? It started when I was a kid. I helped a family out. They were burned out of their house in the building. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And I helped out them, and I received a proclamation, and I loved the way it felt. You know. Yeah. And then I was with my partner, DJ Mike Annunziato.
Okay.
Who's 70-something years old, and he said, "Len, you want to do a muscular dystrophy event?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So you are who you surround yourself with.
Sure indeed.
And I'm very, very, blessed to be able to surround myself with beautiful people all my life.
That's
what
what's up, man. Everybody can't say that, bro.
And that's how it happened for me. You know, I have an injury now, so I can't do anything, and it really bothers me because that's my love, to give back. Yeah. So I try to give back on the entertainment end, and I was always someone that really, truly, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh,
life is life.
Me now. I was always somebody who supported local small business.
Yeah.
And supported my friends, because that's what it was all about.
True.
So I brought it from supporting local small business, because my thing on TikTok, Guido fella, the Godfather TikTok and small business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got millions of views, you know what I'm saying? So I try to help out everybody and anybody,
That's what's up.
And so we put it out there. But what I love the most is putting something out there, because I'm a marketing guy.
Yeah.
And seeing the response it gets.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that.
I love that too.
That's my thing. You put something out there. Now with social media, it's over.
It's over, man.
As I would say, one of my favorite songs by BDP, KRS-One, The Bridge is Over.
The bridge is over. Put it by.
The bridge is over.
We did a song with KRS-One.
No, get out of here.
Yeah, it's called Destiny. We produced it and everything. He never really rocked with any R&B group but us, ever.
The Bronx in the building.
Yep. Last Master Character Teacher, man.
Yeah.
It was a song called Destiny. It's dope. It's like a rare joint. Like a lot of DJs pride themselves on having it, because Chris never rocked with no R&B group ever. And so we did a joint, and he came, we paid him, and he listened to it, loved the beat, and then he liked what we were talking about, because we went on some love, that kind of stuff. We was talking about the concept of destiny. And that's the group Shai, so he jumped on there and killed it. He did like 3 verses. So if you ever find that, man.
Biggie, Tupac, KRS-One, Run DMC, Beastie Boys. We could go crazy groups. We could talk about who's your top 5?
Oh, man, that's impossible, man.
Who's your top 5, Doc?
Well, it's funny that you said that, because I just bought this record the other day. I just bought this the other day.
Brooklyn in the building. Yo,
Ad-Rock, Mike D, all them boys, they was age. They got me through high school, man, for real, man.
Right, it's crazy, right? But you know what the good thing is? It was so versatile.
Man, I didn't even know there was a rock group. I didn't know that till way after that they was actually a rock group. I thought they was a straight hip-hop, white dudes that was hip-hop outside of Def Jam.
What was the first song? Oh, man. They had some crazy...
my favorite was Paul Revere because of that back scratch. But
I'm talking about the rock end. Intergalactic, Brian.
Oh, that was them? That wasn't BC, was it?
Was it Intergalactic?
You might know more than me, but...
Yeah, I think so.
This album right here,
No, that's what do you call it? That's
This License to Ill.
License to Ill. But
License to...
there's the heavy metal end, the rock end.
See, I didn't know about them in heavy metal. I never even knew. I only heard about Beastie Boys when they got signed to Def Jam as these three white dudes up there killing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, it was like them and MC searching them, you know what I'm saying?
One of my dear friends.
Face.
Check this out. One of my dear friends, his name is Crazy Raymond Tabano.
Yeah.
He's one of the founding members of Aerosmith.
Oh, wow.
From the YO, from Yonkers.
What?
From Yonkers, yeah.
That's crazy.
So, and he's the one that came up with the A.
Oh, yeah.
That came up with the logo.
Wow, that's a classic, iconic logo.
DMX, was one of our friends.
That's
Jada,
dope.
great
Real
people.
dude right there.
Great people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Really good people all around. So again, when you're in the business, you get to meet all these people,
Yeah.
and in politics as well,
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yep.
But let's kick it back. Let's talk about Shai a little bit, right?
Okay.
Who made this song? Who came up with this song? Now, did you guys write the song?
You wrote all of our music.
You did? Okay.
We wrote and produced all of our own stuff.
Okay.
The guy, Carl Martin, in the group, though, actually wrote the lyrics to If I Ever Fall in Love.
Okay.
But we had two different versions. And on the music version, Darnell actually brought that sample, that dum 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 dum. Darnell Van Rensselaer in my group had an Isaac Hayes sample that he brought to the table for the remix, because we needed a remix because the label wanted to sign us, but we had an original a cappella song, and they were scared that the radio programmers, even though they might have liked it, they might have been scared to play an original a cappella song between two songs with a track under it. So they came and made us, Boys II Men set the precedent with an a cappella with the Coolie High, but that song was a known commodity from the movie Coolie High already. So people already in DC Cameron, they knew what it was. But for this authentic a cappella song for some college dudes that nobody knew about to get that kind of run, they needed a music version to be safe. So our record deal was kind of contingent upon this remix that we made. It was going to be the difference between us having a single deal with just a single getting put out, or them giving us a full record deal. Wow. So we went to the lab. Darnell had that sample. We had to slightly augment the melody a little bit because the chords are a little different with that sample in there. It's a slower version, and it's a little more diminished kind of like chord change. And we put that in there, sung it up, arranged it. Mark and Darnell kind of were really instrumental in that thing, even though Carl wrote it. It was a group effort. And we sung it, and that thing came out beautiful. And so the label was like, okay, now we talking. And then we got our record deal. Next thing you know, we were flying to Los Angeles to sign the MCA Records, Gasoline Alley MCA Records. And that's how that went down.
How does that feel?
I was on the airplane feeling like, this is not real. I am not everything that we said that we wanted to have happen, happened. And then I was realizing more about the business as we went along, and the fact that happened was 1 in a million. So I started realizing it was naive for us to believe that just because we had a good song, we were supposed to get signed. Yeah. But here I am on an airplane flying to LA to get signed to this major deal. And I was like, yo, this is crazy.
1991, right? 1991?
Yeah, 92. October 92 is when it actually got signed.
Okay,
we were dealing with them throughout the year of 91. Yeah. And then we finally got signed because we were charting a little bit before we got signed, because WPGC, who broke our record in Washington, D.C., they were a major P1 radio station who had the other sister stations, and then P2s copying their playlist. They put the song out, so all those other stations copied it, and it started charting on Billboard before we were signed to a deal. And that's what really...
It was on R&B radio, or was it commercial radio?
It was on it was top 100. It was PGC was it's an urban CHR, they call it. Urban CHR, where they play all the top 100. It's black, it's urban, more like an urban station. But it was a major urban station with 4 or 5 sister stations across the nation. That before the consulting game got into it and started doing through Radio 1, those were the ones who set the taste for other program directors, in P2s and P3s in the smaller markets copied their playlists.
Sure.
So they were responsible for getting people charting big time on Billboard Hot 100. And our little song, Unsigned, was climbing up the charts because they had put us in regular rotation, LBD. And so Paco was the one who took it in.
So you're 3 guys.
Well, 3 guys now, but it's 4 guys originally.
It was 4, Corte, yeah. So now you're flying to LA.
Yeah.
On the plane, you're like, oh.
I was tripping. Like, yo, what is life about to be? Like, what's about to happen?
it's about to, it's
I
about to
could
get
feel it,
big.
because our song was blowing up on the radio like crazy. They were playing it. I got tired of hearing it. It was like back to back to back to back to back to back on all. You turn the station, it's on simultaneous with the last station. You was like, damn, there we go. Damn, there we go again. And
Was
we
that
went
was
overseas to do our promotional tour before we did it
okay?
in the States.
But was that the aha moment when you're flying, or was the
Nope,
first
that wasn't
time?
even that
What
because I
was
had
the
no frame
aha
of
moment?
reference. That wasn't even an
What,
aha moment. My aha
what was the
moment
aha moment?
it has to do with New York actually. We were overseas doing our promotion tour when the record started breaking because our president, Randy Phillips, who owned Red Ant, he was a major player, big time. He had relationships with MTV Europe and stuff like that, and a lot of European connections. So he put us over there to begin and started us getting the groundwork. We did Top of the Pops. We did all these big time things overseas to kind of get us for the international market. So a lot of the money, we can make a lot of money in the back end. And
Sure.
so we hadn't done anything really in the United States. So when we came back to the United States, we flew back and we had a show set up in New York. But it was like, it was in this mall. I thought it was small time because it was in the mall. But I didn't know
Oh,
that this particular situation was like an iconic kind of thing. It was just the concept of it being in the mall. It was like, what the? All right, whatever. So we
yeah.
get to this mall, all these floors. And you know how like NBC Suites Hotel, you can look down and see the whole, over the balcony inside. The mall was like that. And it was from the Manhattans, Gerald Alston. There was a few artists performing that day with us. Man, when we came up there to do If I Ever, because all we did was If I Ever. You talking about the whole mall singing this song? I'm talking about it felt like hundreds of thousands of people and just everybody. Like
Yeah.
and we had never performed in the States yet. So we come to New York, which is a hard market to break in,
Wow.
to do this show, and it was overwhelming. And my aha moment came not even right at that moment. I was kind of like, oh, this ain't a little thing. But when we got into the limo and we drove maybe like a mile away from that area, we were at a red light, and it was this beautiful Puerto Rican woman walking across the street in front of the limo. And she looked through the front part of the limo, through the glass, and she saw me looking at her from back in the back of the thing, and she said, "That's Garfield from Shai." I was like, hold up. She know who and that's when I was like, yo, we must be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay.
Wow.
So because we were in New York and I know my best friend was from New York,
Yeah.
from Story Avenue in the Bronx. Like he lived in Brooklyn.
Oh,
Like I
I
used
used
to
to
always
live
walk
there.
there, the white Stone Cinema, up there, like going towards,
I used to live there.
yeah, that's so I was always
You
over,
wouldn't believe it. Yeah.
they used to think I was Puerto Rican because of my hair and all that. But yeah, so that's when I realized that in New York, somebody recognizing me and
Yeah.
actually tripping over it, like, yo, and she was beautiful. And I was like, hold up, this can't be happening. They know who I am through the car. Like, what? And we
Wow.
hadn't even done a video yet, so I was still trying to figure out how she could recognize me like that. And but that's when I knew, oh, we're on to something here. Like that's when I realized.
The biggest fan moment, like one of your stories, like
Oh, I got one. I could just tell you
what?
instantly.
Yeah. What was that? That.
Man, listen, check this out. So that year, Bill Clinton had got elected for the second time.
Mm.
And like when the presidents get elected, they have this big inauguration thing on the Washington Mall area. And
Okay.
for this one, it was like Quincy Jones was doing the production of it. Michael Jackson was there, Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross, freaking Sounds of Blackness, James Ingram,
You met them all?
they were performers there. Aretha Franklin,
Wow.
Benny King, who did stand by, like all. So Chelsea Clinton says to her dad, "Daddy, can we have Shai performing this?" So he granted her that wish, and it was because of Chelsea Clinton that little old Shai, this young R&B group, got to be a part of this event. And
Wow.
what that entailed was there was a whole week leading up to the event that we all had to come to practice at the venue, which is the outside mall, for maybe 4 or 5 hours per day for like 5 days straight. Take 6. And because we were doing a big number, culminating number of We Are the World, everybody had to join in and sing that.
Oh
So
wow.
we had Ray Charles was the pianist, Quincy Jones directed it, Michael Jackson was up. So we were all standing around in in a cipher. Diana Ross would come stand next to Shai every time. She had a little hoodie on, tight jeans, and little Timberlands, looking all beautiful. You know, James Ingram would be playing little tricks on us. He'll come walk behind us, right by us, and do this real high note, and then run to his spot. Quincy Jones would look at us, thinking that the young boys did it, and get mad, give us the evil eye. Like, it was all this little stuff. But he'd be over there laughing. James Ingram would be over there laughing, resting. It was like a fun. And so I met Stevie Wonder, which is my idol, because he was there. I had to go to the porta potty, and they had a huge porta potty with like 12 stalls in it, whatever. And I'm sitting there peeing next to Stevie Wonder, and I was like, you can't talk in the bathroom. That's just, against the bro code. But I'm trying to figure out how am I even address this man. I can't call him Mr. Stevie, and Mr. Wonder sounds ridiculous. So by the time I figured it out, we were leaving out of it, and I said Mr. Stevie Wonder. But he knew who we were. He knew our song and stuff, and he was giving me props on it. And that blew my mind, because growing up, that was still is. That's my favorite guy, like him, Donnie, and Marvin. But just that whole, we were roommates. Well, they had this makeshift separated like tent thing outside where we had to wait in between practice moments. They had us paired up with Take Six. Across the hall from us was like Luther Vandross. Like, and so Take Six was giving us props. I'm like, yo, Take Six with all them harmonies, like y'all are so just being young and being in that whole milieu. And we performed Stand By Me with Benny King when we actually performed. That's what we performed. We walked out with him and everything. And then we all sung We Are the World. But we had to practice that every day. Michael Jackson be right there singing. Everybody, like Stevie, like, it was like, hey, what's up? Well, we're young guys. I love y'all, So,
how incredible is that moment?
That was my favorite. That was my favorite.
Heavy hitters. We're talking about powerhouses.
Crazy. And they all had respect for Shai. Like, they loved our song. They loved our harmonies. It was just overwhelming, man. Like that was one of the greatest things that, we already had confidence, but that gave us even more that the old heads, the legends, liked us. That made us even more like, you know what I mean?
That's a great feeling.
No, it was an incredible feeling.
Yes. Talk to us about you earned a master's in African-centered education. You received the top recognition, the Asa Hilliard Award, and graduated with a stellar GPA.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing now? How do you go from there and what you're doing now? I mean,
well, we still do a lot of shows, Shai does, but I dip back into the classroom. Like me, I have a lot of friends that are principals of schools and stuff like that. And I really don't, I've done university work a little bit, but I prefer to deal with high school students, but specifically the alternative school setting, the kids that are about to go to juvie and stuff like that. Sure. That's why I like to deal with the best. And that's who they love me for some reason. So I jump in the classroom every few years, through a principal of mine, a friend of mine. I'll go in there and I'll actually teach. I'll sign up, get in there, teach history or English lit or something. But really, it's life, and I'm building confidence of the young men and women in there, and just giving them that's my way of giving back. And so I use my academic prowess to do that. Sometimes I've been in a situation where I kind of like did consulting around creating engagement with your students in that environment. I have a teaching style that the students kind of respond to. And, you can show other teachers kind of how to create engagement in their classroom using the curriculum and stuff. I create programs for young Black males around critical and digital literacy. I See Me, I Create My Experience, and I'm one called Raw Inc., Rap Academy Incorporated. And we deal with issues of the day on a landscape of the day, but then we turn those into products. And there's a lot of discussion, communication skills or paramount. And they come away with a lot of like critical thinking skills and those types of things, and then fellowshipping too on top of that. Doing what they love through their craft, perfecting their craft, getting the words right. Helps with their reading, comprehension.
Nice. You tell them to believe in themselves. Even though I was in this, incredible group, Shai, but look at me. I had the backup plan, and I'm a doctor, and you could be that also.
And I come in dressed regular. I come in dressed like me. Yeah. I got my plaque in the classroom, but I also got my PhD sitting there in the classroom too. Yeah. And they can see that you don't have to be stuffed up in a suit to be a doctor. Exactly. Like you can just be you, and it's your gray matter that matters, and your sensibilities. And so I kind of model what that could actually look like, and looking like them, it makes a difference. They stay with me for a lifetime. I got a lot of students, former students, that still in my circumference, still rocking with me.
I mean, the politics of hip hop. Bridging music and political science, that.
Yeah, that was dope. Karen Stanford, she was the person who kind of created that class, and I helped her, maybe develop it a little bit through my participation. Mm-hmm. But I was also a student and she kind of like gave me a perch upon which to kind of like become that scholar, activist type of dude, through hip hop landscape. And because even though I was in an R&B group, my sensibilities are hip hop. I grew up hip hop. I grew up breakdancing, rhyming, all of that. Like I went to go see Beat Street when it premiered at the movies. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like we was sitting there watching Ramon spit.
Our dear friend in South
Crush Crew too. B-Boys, Fat Boys and all them up in there, Curtis Blow, Run DMC, Full Force and all them in there. You see Ruffle in there. Yeah, that was the movie. So all of that kind of created me. I got my first 2 turntables when I was 14. I was trying to be a DJ my damn self. Got a realistic mixer. I was up there trying to do my little thing. I had UTFO record on one. I was doing my little, for sure. See? Exactly.
You know what?
So those common experiences. I played ball, I DJ, I rhyme, DJ, play basketball growing up. That was like my world. But I ended up being in this R&B group, and the world sees me as Garfield from Shai. So a lot of them don't realize the other sensibilities that inform who I actually am. And education is a big part of it because of my parents. And I happen to be bright in the classroom, no pun intended with my last name, but I had a good little aptitude going for myself, talent in that regard. But I also was not scared of the hood and my people. So I was, because of basketball, you got to go play in the hood. My friends were all from the hood, for the hood. And if you're going to pop and rhyme and all that, that's where it's going to, that's what it is, So that's what I am too. So as a grown up, I recognize those students and those kids who are brilliant, who have gotten by the system, have gotten kind of thrown away and not believed in. But I recognize the potential in them and the fact that a lot of them are just bored, and they're probably brighter than a lot of those other ones acing the SAT test. Like they got this other kind of gray matter that is kind of like a non-quantity, this qualitative situation that if you could find a way to figure out where the value is, you'll see it as a high value. It's intelligence in a different kind of way. And I'm letting them know that they have that. I'm putting a mirror up in front of them, showing them, nah, bro, what you got is this and this and that, and we having these real and so, giving them confidence to be themselves and do it through other avenues, apply that in different ways, that thing y'all have, instead of trying to steal Kias.
You know what? You built that confidence at a young age. My son, he's 8 years old, my son Joseph, and I always tell him, believe in yourself.
Oh, for sure.
But I can't do it. No, you can do it. Continue to do it. You can do anything you want. Put your mind to it. You can do anything you want, know? And so to me, that's imperative,
Yes,
but
it is.
There's so much I want to, I mean, we're at 47 minutes. I don't want to take too much time, but if you didn't choose this for yourself, what would it have been?
I just kind of, like most of my life situations, man, I fell into those. Like I kind of, I'm a free spirit, so I'm not ever scared to like jump into things.
Sure,
I don't like wait till the perfect moment to then try something. Like I just float around and just do what magnetically comes and make the best. And because I've been like that, I found myself in these interesting types of situations that have made and shaped me for other situations to come. And I'm easily adaptable to different environments. Rakim said, any environment I can adapt, like in the ghetto. And so I'm like that. Like I adapt well. So I'm not scared of being in. So, but what that's done for me is allow me to have a broad scope in terms of my exposure to different landscapes and being able to kind of like navigate those things. And that's helped me in my lifetime. So I don't know any other way. I can't believe this is my life with the Shai thing and all. Like I actually have lived this life. I didn't choose it. It kind of chose me, to be honest with you. But that's what I am.
Never fall in love? Is that the platinum? Is that the platinum?
That's one of them. I got a few of them. I gave them all to my parents. That's the double platinum. We went triple platinum. I got it when we got a platinum when we went regular platinum. We got gold ones. We got certain singles that went platinum and double, so my parents have all that stuff. I just got one, what I mean? But that's
beautiful.
That's something I need to have. And then this, I don't even have it hanging up nowhere. I just got.
Let me check it.
I got this thing in here because it means something to me. But is this the right way? This is my doctoral degree.
Wow, philosophy.
Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. That's what that stands for.
Nice.
This educational policy studies. And a lot of artists get the doctorates, honorary doctorates and stuff. People bestow things. But I went to school and got this, and performed at the head of the field with the other scholars.
Ready? Are you a philosopher? Yes.
Yeah, Karis,
Yes.
and that was one of my
Yes.
favorite albums of his too, man. I think very deeply. Let us begin, you
Think
know.
very deeply.
Yup.
We could go on for hours
Word,
talking about
man.
hip hop.
Oh
OG,
man.
listen,
Chris
I
and
was
Rakim, when you ask me my top five, I don't have any order, but Chris and Rakim is definitely in there.
oh, it's
You know,
over right
Karis
there.
one, but you know, you can't forget Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, and then you got to
Yeah.
go back to like KB for what he was able to do. Curtis Blow, the biggest contract, the first one, Force Run DMC, like in different eras. You know,
Yeah.
the Crush, the Treacherous Three in them, like you
Woo,
come on,
treacherous
Melly
three.
Mel in them with the message. Like it's certain eras that the paradigm shifted, and certain
Yeah.
people shifted the paradigm. Like Rakim with that style of "I came in the door." That
I
style,
see.
everybody else was going rock, cool, Mo D. But
Yeah.
Rock set a style that changed the game, and a lot of
Yeah.
people copied it. Nobody could copy Slick Rick's style.
No,
You know,
no.
him and
Smooth.
Dana sounded alike for a little while, just the tone vocally. But Slick was telling them
Lottie
stories.
Dottie.
Yeah, just all the
Yeah.
stories that he
Yeah.
told. But then, then Nas came along and did some things, Wu Tang, like
But we go back to Africa, man.
LL, you can't forget about Double L.
Nah.
Like just it's so many icons in the rap game. It's hard to pick a top five because it's so many ones who
Yeah.
really literally meant the world to hip
Yeah.
hop when they bust through. And I'm leaving a lot out. I ain't even. It's a lot that I didn't even say. Like
Bambaataa. Africa Bambaataa.
yeah, bam. Cool Herc. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like you
Yeah.
mentioned Flash and stuff like that. But
Tell me now. Yeah.
Hollywood people like that. Like
Yeah.
like it's so many other ones that did their thing, man. I can't even pretend to act like there's a top 10 list because it's a lot of people tied for first, second, third, and fourth. You
Oh
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Listen, I know the game. I've been not the music end of it, the entertainment end. But going back, my mother, she raised 5 of us, 2 not her own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a 2-bedroom apartment, 6-story building. You know what I'm saying? With mice, roaches, corn, and she was a waitress for 26 years. You know what I'm saying? So
Damn.
this woman, when we talk about a strong, that's the reason why I have a respect for women the way I have.
No
Like
doubt.
my beautiful fiance Shannon.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what's up.
and I will tell you, if I ever fall in love, that's a top song.
What? Oh,
To
that's
have
crazy.
you guys, to have you,
That's dope.
to be
That's dope.
interviewed. It's like, what?
I appreciate that.
Interview him, and she, and of course, she had a huge part of this.
That's
So,
dope, man. Tell her thank you for me, man. I appreciate that.
listen,
All
I
that love.
appreciate your time. I'm gonna blast this out to everyone. R&B, hip hop, all over.
Word.
Tell everyone something they like to know, but they don't know about you.
Oh man.
Something that they don't know, but they would love to know about you.
It's probably a whole bunch of stuff because we talked about a lot of it today with just
Yeah,
my hip hop background. But my favorite musical genre is straight ahead jazz. Like
I was gonna say that.
that's my favorite
I
musical
was gonna
genre.
say that.
That's my favorite genre right there.
Wow.
Like straight ahead jazz, not the easy listening kind of jazz, but
Yeah.
the Ahmad Jamal, John Coltrane, Miles, like straight ahead jazz, like is my favorite. Sonny Stitt, those kind of people. Willie Bobo on the Puerto Rican side, like Tito
You ever hear
Puente.
Chick Corea?
Oh, I got you. Hold up, man. Hold up. Why you playing with
Dave
me right now?
Weckl? Dave Weckl was one of my favorite drummers. Get out of here.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
No.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
Dave Weckl was smooth.
Oh yeah, the Brecker Brothers. Come on, man.
Dave Weckl was smooth.
Yo.
That's what I learned. I learned his
Wow.
style.
Wow.
With the brushes.
Oh yeah.
And I would, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
That was it. That's how I started.
Yeah, it's been some mean drummers out there during the time. Mean
Crazy.
drums, all the way back to like Max Roach in them days and all them kind of
Yeah, I
stuff.
mean, look at Buddy Rich.
Yeah,
He's from
come on, man.
He's from the YO.
Are
Buddy
you from
Rich.
Yonkers?
Yeah. Buddy Rich is from Yonkers. Wow.
That's
I mean,
dope.
I have so much gratitude. I have so much respect for you.
Thank you, man.
I consider you a friend now.
Appreciate it.
I really appreciate your views. I'm a very open-ended Italian American kid.
Dope.
53 years old. We're always a kid, right?
Of course.
You know why? We're always evolving.
Yeah.
We're always
Definitely.
learning. I always want to be educated.
Yeah, me
To
too.
listen to you and you to educate me, I appreciate that.
Oh man, likewise. It's always a transaction. We educate each other, man.
And therefore, I want to blast this out and educate everybody, because I want them just to know this guy from Shai was not just one of the four. You know what I'm saying? He's an educator, author, a doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He has
sure.
purpose. He has
I appreciate
purpose.
you. Yes, sir.
So to me, there has to be a message at the end of it.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I'm going to continue to blast that message out there. We always say, "Let your heart zazz."
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
We always say, "Let your heart zazz" from zazzradio.com.
Nice.
And we consider ourselves the ultimate internet smash up dance radio station, rockstar listening experience in the world.
Boom.
Download the app. We're on the App Store,
Google
Play.
Okay.
But wow, this was something. This really was. We could go on all day and all night, but
sure.
I have respect for you. I appreciate your time.
Likewise. Keep doing your thing, man.
We'll definitely talk some other time.
Yeah. You got my numbers and stuff, man. Hit me up.
Definitely. I'll definitely reach out. But much respect.
And you located in Yonkers right now?
Yeah, I'm located in Yonkers.
Next time we do a show, close up that way, I'm gonna hit you. Be like, hey man.
We'll be there.
Word up. Okay.
Gotta be front row.
Word up. All right, no doubt.
The only thing, she ain't throwing her panties on the stage.
Oh no. No doubt. No doubt.
But it's a pleasure, Dr. Garfield Bright. God bless you.
Thank you, man.
And Tuesday, we're going to put this up around 8 o'clock, live audio on Zazzweed.com. We're going to replay it at 11. And then what we'll do is we'll put clips out on Wednesday. I'll hit you up.
Yeah, hit me up. Keep me posted with all that so I can make sure I'm tuned in. My dad likes to look at this stuff. I'm going to tell him,
I love it.
Hey, Dad, it's coming out,
Yeah, definitely. Blast it out on you, and we'll blast it on our end. We're going to blast it out. We've got, I would say, hundreds of thousands of followers.
Yeah.
And we have millions of views.
Oh, I'm sure.
Blast this out all over.
Just make me a collaborator. Like, if you put it on Instagram or something, make me a collaborator, then I'll accept it, and it'll be on both of our...
Oh, cool. One thing I want to mention is one of our dear friends is in the business right now. He's 25 years old. He's an Italian-American kid, and he does the oldies thing. His name is Chris Ruggiero.
Okay.
Check out Chris Ruggiero Sings. He has hung out with Connie Francis.
Wow.
Hung out with Frankie Valli.
What?
You know what I'm saying? He does that gamut. He's all over. Yeah, so I'm gonna
you gotta put me on, man. You gotta give me some links or something. Text me some links and stuff.
Check them out. ChrisRuggieroSings.com. You can check out Chris Ruggiero, ChrisRuggiero.
Okay.
But his voice is smooth.
If he's singing that kind of stuff, I already know.
He's all over Vegas.
That's what I was thinking. That's the first thing I thought was Vegas.
So it's like, you know what I mean? So I'm talking, I have to mention him. And, we have friends like Tanasia in the freestyle end of it. Suave Jeff, Okay. And then, who started the Fever? Sabatello.
Oh, my God, the Fever. Oh, my God, yo.
So, Sabatello's good people.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so, again, when you're in this, you get to meet all these people.
Yeah, word.
Hook up, but Sabatello?
Man, that's crazy. The Fever, that's crazy, bro.
In the Bronx?
Yo, that's the Fever's crazy.
Okay, you remember that back in the day.
That's for real back in the Fever is official, bro.
So that's old school.
That's old school. That's that realness right there.
Crush Groove.
Yep. The Fever, yep.
When LL Cool J Box. Remember when he goes,
Box. My radio believe me, I like it loud.
Man, I can talk to you all day long.
Man.
How's the weather in Texas, right?
Always hot for no reason. Even when it's raining, it's still 98. Like, it's just ridiculous.
What fan are you? Are you a Cowboy fan?
You say Cowboy? Nah, see, because I grew up in Boston, I still got even though we suck now, I'm New England Patriots, I'm the Boston Red Sox, I'm the Boston Bruins, you know what I mean? I'm the Celtics fan. I got the Chicago hats because I like Chicago, and it says Shai, like Shai Group. So I rock this.
I see that. Yeah.
But I got 1,000 Boston hats that I usually always wear.
Yeah.
I just switch it
you're
up.
Boston.
Yeah. That's
You
my,
know,
that's
New
my,
York, so
yep.
we love that rivalry, right?
I know, I do. I love it. I love it. But I love the Mets though, because Doc Gooden and Strawberry used to rock there. And I got a whole bunch of New York Mets gear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the
Check
Yankees is
out
our rivalry.
my boys. I'm involved. I was actually involved in it. Season 1, Gravesend series, 1980 Brooklyn's Mob Style, right?
Mob
It's a
style.
show. Yeah, Gravesend.
Graves
Check it
in.
out.
You gotta
Gravesend
text me all this stuff, man.
out of Brooklyn. Again, my friend, he's the creator and he's the writer, Willie DeMeo. He's got Shaquille O'Neal in season 3.
Okay.
So you got to check it out.
I gotta check it out, man.
Yeah. Gravesend series. Check it out. Instagram, Facebook.
You gotta text me all this good stuff that you're
I
telling me,
got
man.
you.
Text
I
me all
got
this
you.
stuff. And then
I
I go
got
do
you.
it. I go do my due diligence and watch all this stuff. It sound
I got you.
like something I love to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Pleasure talking to you.
Likewise.
We'll definitely hook up.
Okay.
All right?
One love, my brother.
All right. Peace.
Take peace.
Speak to you. God bless.
God bless you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
I sure will.
Woo!
I don't even know how to get off of this.
Me either, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Like Jada.
Yo, you funny, man. All right, I think I see it.
All right, stop. God bless. Ciao. Peace.